Hey you guys. Okay, so I'm not doing a vocal cover today. I might do one soon. I don't really know what song to do. But basically one of the things that I want to talk about is one of the big main things about myself. And it's actually one of the things that kind of bothers me because in I think in some way, if I understand it correctly, that it kind of affects like other people, and maybe I don't really know that much about it, but I might try and read some of it from like Wikipedia, but not like the whole big thing, but just some of it, so this video doesn't have to be like over like 15 minutes or whatever. Basically, one of the main things that bothers me about myself, um, but it maybe might bother some other people, I don't really know, but, one of the big main things about myself is that I actually have a form of autism, and I might talk about this on my other channel, which I really haven't been on in like forever. So, but I still remember the password for it. But anyways, I actually have a form of autism, and, I don't, like, what is the word? I'm gonna check here. The words for it are, pervasive developmental disorder, not otherwise specified. So, I usually call it, well, you can say it by the abbreviations, PDD and then hyphen NOS. And I usually somehow just remember the not otherwise specified. I still don't know why. I always remember just those three words. But to be honest, what I know about it is that it's mild, so it's not like one more than the other. Like, let's say, I really don't have a good definition or whatever about it, but I'm just gonna read some things from Wikipedia, so I don't say the wrong thing. But then again, from what I've been told before about Wikipedia is that I just never mind. Forget that I said that. So basically, the big like thing here, it's not really big, but whatever. It says pervasive developmental disorder not otherwise specified. A pervasive developmental disorder not otherwise specified, parentheses, PDD-NOS, is one of the three autism spectrum disorders, parentheses, ASD, and also one of the 5 disorders classified as a pervasive developmental disorder, parentheses, PDD. According to the DSM hyphen 5, or 4, whatever that is, 4, PDD hyphen NOS is a diagnosis that is used for severe and pervasive impairment in the development of reciprocal social interaction or verbal and nonverbal communication skills, or when stereotyped behavior, interests, and activities are present, but the criteria are not meant for a specific PDD, or for several other disorders. PDD-NOS is often called atypical autism, because the criteria for autistic disorder are not met, for instance, because of late age of onset, atypical symptomatology, or subthreshold symptomatology. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Symptomatology, or all of these. Even though PDD-NOS is considered milder than typical autism, this is not always true. While some characteristics may be milder, others may be more severe. I'm not gonna read the diagnosis, because that will just be like whatever, how long. But I'm just gonna read the characteristics. It is common for individuals with PDD-NOS to have more intact social skills and a lower level of intellectual deficit than individuals with other PDDs. Characteristics of many individuals with PDD-NOS are: 1. Communication difficulties, and then in the parentheses, I forget what EG, I think it stands for example, I might be right. Example, using and understanding language. To be honest, I do kind of have trouble with that, because like usually when I usually say to whoever I'm talking to, let's do that for an example. Let's say that I'm like talking to my mom, and with my mom, she's kind of like I wouldn't say like therapist, but she would be kind of like a counselor to me, so I don't really like seem like a counselor or anything. I mean, I kind of used to, or it was like a therapist, but might be the same thing, whatever. So anyways, I usually talk to my mom about like how I'm feeling and if I need help with anything. So if my mom says like a word or a few words that I don't really understand, or that I've probably heard of them but I never have heard of like the definition or anything like that. 2. Difficulty with social behavior. I don't think I have a problem with that much as I used to, because I think when I was younger, when I never even knew that I had this, that I have this, that when I was younger, I used to have trouble with like talking to people. Like I never really talked to anyone, or that I probably did. I don't really have like a clear memory about it, about that sort of thing. But I'm pretty sure that my mom remembers more of that than I do. But anyways, I guess I used to have trouble like talking to people and never really talking to anyone and such like that. But I don't know if that's like a social behavior or not, because usually with like kids when they're younger, there are some kids that are more sociable than others. I guess it depends on like the personality and what kind of person they are or whatever. 3. Difficulty with changes in routines or environments. Probably once in a while, I guess, for me. I don't really know that much, but I mean about this thing, but I think there are times that I don't care if anything changes, or if I like it there, then just leave it alone. I kind of was like that last night with my mom, because like she was helping me clean my room, and I share a room with my little sister, so yeah. So anyways, with that, I do kind of like, it's kind of like 50-50, I guess. Like there are times where I don't care if something changes, and then on the other side of that, there are other times that I do care if things change, like whatever changes. So 4. Uneven skill development, parentheses, strengths in some areas and delays in others. That is true. I'm not that good with math, and sometimes I have, well, it's like this almost all the time, but unless if I know some things more than others. But like, I understand some things more than others, depending on, like, whatever it is. Sorry, I feel like I have to sneeze. um, uh, Stop it, go away, you stupid cleaner alert thing. um, Something popped up and I really don't care about it right now. So anyways, like, my weakness, or whatever, for skills is, math. And I've never really been that good with math anyways. I mean, like, I can add and subtract depending, like, what the numbers are. Like, if it's, like, you know, like, the basic stuff, like, I can do that. Like what you learn in elementary school, like, when you're in, like, first grade or something. Like, you learn add and subtract, and I can do some multiplication. But overall, I've never really been that good in math. When I was in high school, I'm 20 years old right now. I'll be 21 this coming September. With math in high school, I was always bad in it. I always got, like, a bad grade. And basically, when I was in, what I remember is that, like, I was in pre-algebra, LSS or whatever, like, what is it? No, not LSS. I mean, LS pre-algebra, they put it, or, like, pre-algebra or whatever. I was in that in my sophomore year. I remember that. And in my sophomore year, I was in LS pre-algebra, and then my junior year, I think it was the same thing, LS pre-algebra. And then in my senior year, which, funny thing is that I was the only senior in the class, in, like, literally the whole entire class. I was in LS geometry, and so it was just weird being in that, but I guess I got used to it later. So sorry, I have my contacts on and my eyes, like, just, like, bothering me. So anyways, I was the only senior in my senior year for LS geometry. I think in some way we really weren't learning geometry, that we started off going back to what we learned the year before, which is with algebra. And I guess it was because that the teacher wanted to know like, how much we remember from the year before with algebra. And so I think all year round, like, the whole entire school year, we basically were doing pre-algebra, and to be honest, I never really liked the teacher. So yeah, but I mean, there were times that I tried liking her, but then yeah. Anyways, so yeah, we were learning that stuff, and so basically, yeah, one of my weaknesses with skills, or as they put it, delays in others, is math. But like I said, I know some things, like basically the basic stuff, like adding and at times subtracting, some multiplication, and I think with LS, as I still put it, LS pre-algebra, that I might still remember some stuff from that. So and then 5, unusual play with toys and other objects. I don't really like play with toys. you know, like for kids, and stuff like that. But if you have like a little cousin or something, you would play with them, but not really like, stop it, thing. Sorry, the thing dimmed on me. But like, if it's like with little siblings or like with younger cousins, then that's like totally fine. Like, I play with them. So, and even when you're bored, you just like kind of mess with them. Well, not like ruin them, but just like play around with them. Like, if the toys are like around you, let's say that, and but like, I don't really like play with them. But it's normal when you're bored and you see a kid's toy, or if it's something that's yours and you like mess around with it, you know, that's pretty much normal, I guess, like when it comes to boredom. But I don't play with what people say like toys, like for kids. So if it counts, I kind of play around with a hair tie. I usually mess around with that like when I'm bored, but I don't know if that counts really. Repetitive body movements or behavior patterns. I kind of don't understand that one. I'm pretty much like normal. Like, I don't really think I have like any repetitive body movements or any like behavior patterns. I'm just like pretty much like chill, you know, like I don't like mess around or whatever like the behavior patterns are, or whatever or whatever the body movements are. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 unusual likes and dislikes.